3i/Atlas just turned green. Not slowly, not gradually, suddenly. And that single detail is why astronomers didn't celebrate this discovery. They went silent. Because interstellar objects do not change color like this. Not without heat, not without gas, not without dust. Yet none of those signs appeared. The data was clean, the instruments were stable, and the color shift was real. Multiple telescopes working separately recorded the same thing. 3i/Atlas is now reflecting green wavelengths in a way that does not match known natural materials. Ice does not do this. Rock does not do this. Dust does not do this. If these measurements are correct, then something we assume about objects entering our solar system is wrong. At first, no one rushed to publish. They paused. Because color in space is not decoration, it is physics. Color tells us how an object interacts with energy and radiation. A sudden color shift means something physical changed. Either the surface changed or the space around it did. And both explanations create serious problems. This was not happening alone. For weeks, 3i/Atlas was already under quiet attention. Its path showed small corrections, not large turns, small, precise ones. Its rotation was unstable, and its surface was unusually dark, absorbing more light than expected. That alone raised questions, but the green reflection changed everything. What made the signal disturbing was its consistency. This was not a flicker, not noise. Portions of the object reflected green light again and again across different observation windows with the same spectral pattern. Random processes do not behave like that. Normally, when a comet approaches a star, the explanation is simple. Ice heats up, gas escapes, jets form, dust spreads, brightness increases, color changes follow known rules. But Atlas showed none of this. Its temperature stayed low. No gas jets, no dust plume, no infrared spike. Nothing that explains the color. That removed the usual answers. The first suspicion was equipment failure. Green wavelengths are hard to measure. Filters drift, sensors saturate, calibration can slip. But that idea collapsed fast. Different observatories, using different telescopes, filters, and angles, all saw the same green shift. When independent systems agree, the data stops being optional. So the question became unavoidable. What makes a cold object in deep space suddenly reflect green light? One idea was surface change. Some materials alter reflectivity when their molecular structure shifts. Radiation can do this, but slowly, over years, sometimes decades. Atlas changed too fast, days, possibly hours. Radiation does not work like that. Another idea involved plasma or magnetic effects. Green light often appears in energized particle systems like auroras. But Atlas has no atmosphere, no magnetosphere, no environment that should support such effects. And still, the signal was stable, localized, ordered. That's where the discussion shifted. Green light is not random in physics. It often appears where energy is structured, ordered interactions. That does not mean intelligence, but it does mean this object is not behaving like loose debris. Then came the detail that made scientists uncomfortable. When researchers lined up the color data with trajectory data, they noticed something. The green reflection appeared shortly after a subtle course correction. Not dramatic, precise. The timing was too close to ignore. Which raises a hard question. What if the color change is not a side effect, but a response? Some scientists suggest the green reflection could come from energy interaction near the surface. Not heat, not burning, but something changing how light behaves nearby. If an object shifts internal mass, adjusts orientation, or interacts with space in a non-random way, strange spectral signals can appear. In simple words, this object may be doing something. Others strongly disagree, and that caution is fair. But here's the problem. The anomalies are stacking. Unexplained motion, unstable rotation, no outgassing, and now a color shift with no clear cause. Each issue alone could be dismissed. Together, they form a pattern, and patterns are where science pays attention. This is why comparisons to Oumuamua are returning. That object also showed motion without clear cause. Many ideas were proposed, none fully solved it. Atlas adds something new. It doesn't just move strangely, it looks strange. Color is information. It encodes composition and interaction. A sudden green signature means something changed either on the surface or in the space right around it. And if that change did not come from heat, impact, or radiation damage, the remaining options become uncomfortable. Dark matter? No, it does not emit light. A thin gas cloud? No matching absorption lines. Electrical charging? Possible, but only in environments never seen here. Which brings us to the most unsettling idea. This object may not be passive. That does not mean alien technology, but it does suggest responsiveness, adjustment, interaction. And those are traits we normally don't assign to natural interstellar fragments. Right now, scientists are watching for one thing above all else: repetition. Natural processes drift and fade. Controlled systems repeat. If the green reflection grows stronger, fades, or returns in a regular way, everything changes. The next observation window is critical. If the color stays while the trajectory continues to adjust, Atlas will cross a line. It will stop fitting known categories. Publicly, statements remain careful. No bold claims, no dramatic headlines. But privately, the questions have changed. Scientists are no longer asking what went wrong with the data. They're asking what assumptions no longer work. 3I/Atlas is still out there, silent, cold, but no longer dark. It changed color when it shouldn't have, and when multiple rules break at once, it is rarely meaningless. Whether this leads to new physics, an unknown interaction, or something far stranger, one thing is already clear. This was not supposed to happen. And if Atlas continues behaving this way, it may force us to accept that interstellar space is far more complex than we believed. So the question now is not whether the data is real, it's what the universe is trying to show us through it. Is 3I/Atlas revealing a new kind of physics or a new kind of object?